morning. Happy Friday. We're just, well, I guess we're kind of between Chilliwack and Hope. Highway 1, eastbound, empty. So I unloaded in Richmond first thing today morning, and now we're headed empty over the Smasher, over the Coquihalla, over the highway through hell. Empty, and it's raining down here, and you can see a little bit of snow on the side. I'm like, we're still down in the Fraser Valley, down on the mainland. And there's snow down here, and I'm doing the Coquihalla empty. This might get interesting. Hopefully not too interesting. Yeah, we're just, it was a quick unload today morning, and I got a dispatch right away that I was headed to Adams Lake. And from there, I deliver to Atco on Monday. So pick up at Adams Lake, I'd say around 12:31 p.m. and then head home. How many hours away from home is that? 4 or 5 hours from home, so probably get home 6 or 7 p.m. today. Have Saturday off and half a Sunday off. And then next week I have no idea if I will be home for New Year's or if I'll be on the highway doing a long run or not. I did tell dispatch I was good to go for a long run, like a Manitoba run or something like that over New Year's. It's only one day off, so I don't mind working it. So we'll have to see. If I don't get it off, I'll likely get home New Year's Eve in the evening and then leave New Year's in the afternoon. One of those type of trips. Only have a little bit of time at home. Scale is 16 kilometers away. Let's see if that is open today morning. None of the scales were open yesterday, Boxing Day, and scale in Vancouver was not open today morning, and that one is always open in the morning, so we'll see if they're open here today. Yeah, quite a bit of snow here. We'll definitely have to be careful. It's plus 1 degree Celsius. We're gonna hit some slippery sections today. The little dusting of snow here is quite beautiful, but I wasn't expecting it down here in the valley. I did look at Drive BC earlier, and no chain-up effects anywhere. No chain-ups in effect anywhere in BC, so should be okay going over the mountains, but running empty, a little concerned about that. No weight on my drives. That's okay, we'll just have to take our time. As long as I get loaded by 5 p.m. because they are closing at 5 p.m. so I must load before 5 p.m. So I've got a solid 4 hours of leeway. If all of a sudden roads are slippery, I can take my time. No pressure. Look at all the little waterfalls on the side of the road. It's quite beautiful. fun yesterday and the day before. I know no videos, and for me it was Christmas. For you guys, Christmas is 2 weeks ago, and that's old news, but a very relaxing 2 days off. Well, a day and a half off. Did some puzzles, ate some chocolate. I think that's pretty much become our Christmas tradition. Do some puzzles and eat some chocolate. And then, you know, play some video games in between and other little things. We didn't build any of our gingerbread cookie houses, so maybe we'll do that this weekend if we have time. Peter's Road. Who is Peter and why does he own that road? Yeah, left last night, I think 3 o'clock from Penticton. Traffic wasn't too terrible. There was one section where it was slow. There was a accident, but other than that, it was pretty good, smooth flowing. What are you binging at me for? Oh, it's telling me there's a scale ahead. Okay, thanks. Got to Richmond at 9:30. Untarped. Went to bed. Woke up at 6. Let one other driver go ahead of me because I never liked being the first person there, and I wasn't going to get a dispatch until later anyway, so let them go first. While they're getting unloaded, I can do the pre-trip. And sure enough, by the time I was unloaded, I pulled over to the side of the road there, looked at my dispatch, and it said, yes, I got a dispatch. Go time. It's just perfect timing, and I like it when it's really convenient like that, especially on a Friday and you're eager to get home. And the load also that I'm picking up at Interfor is a no tarp load. Adams Lake Interfor. No tarp load, which that's kind of nice on a Friday. And weather like this. I'm glad I brought my big cowboy hard hat with into this truck because I sure needed it yesterday. It was raining pretty good when I was untarping. And no, the tarps are not there to keep the product dry. The tarps are there to keep the product clean. So once you get to your destination or near your destination, you can take your tarps off. This particular place actually prefers you to have your tarps off before you pull into the yard. Actually, most places are like that. There's a couple of places they want to see the tarp on the load. Actually, I can only think 2 places they want to see a tarp on the load. And they're both in Spokane. In fact, the one place, if you pull into the yard without a tarp, they will force you to turn around, leave the yard, tarp, and come back in with a tarp. Doesn't make much sense, but I guess that's the only way you can enforce people must have their tarps on. Leave their tarps on until they're in the yard. In that particular place, it's a smelter. They smelt aluminum and they want no moisture. In that case, the tarps are for keeping the load dry. They want no moisture on the load. The funny part is we often load those things and they're stored outside and they've got a layer of ice sitting on top of them, like an inch of ice sitting in there. The ingots are kind of like a bowl. Inch of ice sitting on top of them. Got to tarp them and untarp them over there. Can't have any water with them, but a big chunk of ice seems to be okay. So they have to. Oh, it's open. What is going on here? Just some people pulled over, kind of in the way. Wonder what's going on there. Yeah, when you're empty, you don't actually have to go over the scale in lots of places. Okay, good. You guys are giving me room. It's always nice when people merge over when they have room. Some scales you have to go over the scale, empty or loaded, but this particular one, you can bypass the actual scale when you're empty. You just have to come through at a slow, reasonable speed. Actually, there's a sign, 30 kilometers per hour. .30 kilometers would be 20 miles per hour, give or take. Well, let's go up the smash and see how that looks. Not quite up to the smasher yet, but it's beautiful up here. I mean, the road conditions aren't all that beautiful, but the scenery is. We are on the Coquihalla, following the Coquihalla River right now. Definitely looks like it's going to be a no engine brake and no cruise control type of a day. My ankle is going to be sore by the end of the day. Okay, those lights are not flashing. That is good. Hopefully none of them are. Drive BC said none were, so. I'm definitely not doing speed limit, staying under speed. kilometers below speed limit right now. Just kind of judging the road as I go. Down trees over there. Wow, like a lot of down trees, not big trees, just small trees, just tree after tree after tree. Not as many over here, but I guess that heavy snowstorm last Friday probably got some wind after getting all the snow on the trees and took down a bunch of trees. I see a truck in front of us. See what speed he's actually going before we even think of passing. Might be one of those follow traffic type of days. It's actually two trucks and two cars. This would be a safe place to pass here. Okay, guys. See what it feels like. Might do the same thing they did. No spinning. Lots of grip. This is a 3-lane highway here, so have a little more space here. Bad. Here the 3 lanes end. We're back to 2 lanes. Take our time passing everyone. We're doing about 85 when we're passing there, so 85 and 120 zone. Fairly safe speed to pass. Here again it gets narrower, so I don't know if I'd want to pass. I think a car would be fine passing a big rig. I don't think I would want two big rigs passing each other here where it's only 2 lane. Oh, speed limit 100. I don't need to slow down. I'm doing a little below 100 right now anyway, so. So if we were talking miles, normally the speed limit here would be 75 miles per hour. And now the speed limit is 62.5, 63 miles per hour. Which is perfectly fine. In fact, I think it should be 100. 100 seems to be a good speed here because that's what I was doing naturally already. Good to see at least one plow out. And I've got really, really good winter tires on this rental. I think I mentioned it last week. They were brand new tires. They still had the little spikes everywhere on them. You know, those rubber mold spikes. And they're really good Michelin open sidewall, really deep sipes. They gotta be like half an inch deep sipes. And lots of sipes, very soft rubber. So that's the same tires that we put on all our Sutco trucks. So I got a feeling that Sutco asked those tires to be put onto the rental because we run Super Bs over these passes all the time. Want the best winter tires we can get on the market. I've literally had a load on this winter. Super B fully loaded and had a 5-axle van semi-truck spin out while I drove by barefoot. First time I've come over the Coquihalla this winter, so first time with all the snow. Alright, Mr. Pickup Truck, you are catching up fast, which means you are speeding. Wow, yeah, he's catching up fast enough that he's definitely speeding because I'm not doing full speed limit. Okay, let's put our tire on the snow here just to give him room. There's enough traction to do that. If there wasn't traction, I just wouldn't let him pass. Alberta. Not a pickup truck, SUV. But they all look the same from. In the rear view mirror, they all look the same. Canyon chain up. No flashing lights. I believe that's the last chain up. This is where the smasher starts. Now they've actually increased the speed limit here. No, it's 100. Somehow I was reading 110. That's 100. chain-up area wasn't plowed very well, but yeah, this one looks pretty good. Yep, they've plowed this one. Well, not even fully, just partially. Not even fully plowed. I mean, they've plowed it probably yesterday all the way, but the fresh snow on it, it's probably 1.5 inches on there that hasn't been plowed. It is pretty cool. I'm getting enough of you guys following me, enough of the comments, enough thumbs ups, enough subscribers, and I'm starting to get the hate comments. Just one here and there. For the most part, the community is super positive, so thank you so much. I'm getting the occasional hate comments now, so it's kind of humorous. Here's the bear shed. Bear snow shed. And my window just cracked a little further. Get the gear. Get the gear. No, I don't know how to shift. I'm a rookie when it comes to manual transmissions. Come on. Would help if I didn't go into low range for some silly reason. Let's put four-way flashers on. My fingers went to low range. Like, no wonder the gear doesn't work. Like I said, I'm no good at this manual transmission stuff. That's the gear I wanted to be in. There we go. No trucks in left lane. Of course, the advantage of me missing that shift, I was able to turn my axle differential lock on, so both of my axles now have power. So we're allowed, truckers are allowed to go 2 wide here, we're not allowed to go 3 wide. Definitely some slush on the other lane there. Okay, I see the snowplow has moved snow into the center lane. He's rolling some coal. Or he was. Yeah, that was pretty easy. the smash already. Nice and fast when you're empty. A little messy up here though. Oh, we got a snowplow ahead of us. Take our time catching up to the snowplow, and hopefully this car decides to pass us. Or the car's just going to drive in the center of both lanes, okay? Take our time. I always like to slow down to the speed that the other traffic is going and then slowly pass them. That way I'm going near the same speed as they are. That way I got time to react if they do something. If I go full speed, blow past someone that's going slow, and they make a move, I am now going way too fast to counteract that move. There's a little bit of blue sky out there. Yeah, a little bit of snow up here. Most of it's from last Friday when I was stuck in that snowstorm. I was on Manning Park, and they put the priority on Coquihalla over Manning Park. They try to get this highway open first. I'm hungry. Why am I hungry? Now I'm running empty, so it should be okay running with no engine brakes. Have to just drag the brakes at a few PSI as I go down some of the hills, but cool. The Smasher was a lot better condition than I was hoping it would be, so that's good. I like a good surprise. I like it when the roads are better than I expected. Because when it was snowing down in Hope, I'm like, what's it gonna look like at the top? But not bad. A little messy, but not bad. Car that was on my bumper driving both lanes is falling back a little bit. So I think I'll take both lanes as well. There's like a bunch of cars up here going cross-country skiing or snowshoeing. Rest area. It's actually a nice big rest area. washrooms. You know, American style rest area. Not these pit toilets like the rest of them. It's one thing if you're doing a road trip, you're an American coming into Canada, a road trip, don't expect rest areas. Not nice ones. Just plan to stop at restaurants. You're not going to find nice rest areas on our highways. A few here and there. This is actually a nice one too, but commercial vehicles are not permitted. This is where the toll booth used to be. Oh, it looks like they got the snow plow out. Or not the snow plow, the snow blower. They're actually getting rid of the snow along the edges so that the snow plows have more room. Okay, pickup, you're catching up fast with me. We'll try to stay to the right-hand side. Bunch of small rocks, as long as there's no big one. Well, its windshields are right off anyway, so next time this truck gets an inspection, the windshield will be written off because the crack is growing. At least I think it will. By the time the crack is done growing, it'll be to the point where it's written off. Nowhere in my line of vision, so it's fine where it is. I have been putting it into my DVIR, although it's a paper DVIR. This looks a little slicker. Slow her down a bit. No brakes though. I don't want to hit the brakes on slippery corner. Just off the throttle. Here's the big rest area. The one that's available, 2 big rigs. Although on a bad snow day, I don't know if I'd want to pull into there. I might have to chain up to get back up to the highway. Drains of icicles hanging on them. Look like what, stalactites. Looks like a big pothole. Let's avoid it. And yes, I looked in the mirror before crossing the line. That's something I'm really, really good at. I am really good at being aware of vehicles around me. I spend a lot of time looking at the mirrors. It's very rare someone surprises me. They have to be really speeding for someone to surprise me. Looks like more and more blue sky that way. The roads are thawing out here. They're actually starting to get, there's no, like, you see a little bit of shiny on the road, but it's only -2. I'm getting a big cloud of mist behind me when I do hit the shiny sections, so the shiny sections are wet. So I think I'm going to turn cruise control, or not cruise control, but jake brakes on level 1. Kamloops up to Adams Lake, and then get loaded. Hopefully there's not a long lineup of people getting loaded. It'd be nice to just get loaded and head home. Maybe I'll show you guys the road up to Adams Lake. So from Highway 1 to Adams Lake. I'll try to do that if I remember. Well, we are east of Kamloops, Highway 1. Getting close to our turnoff. To Adams Lake. Road's been pretty good. Kind of stayed wettish. A little slushier here and there like this, but not bad. Beautiful lake here beside us. It's really part of the Fraser River, I guess. Maybe. No, can't be. Because we're past Kamloops. Fraser River goes north to Princeton. Not Princeton, north to Prince George. See what happens when you mix a Monday and Friday together? It is a beautiful winter wonderland, though. Shuswap Cookhouse. I have not seen that sign before, but the sign is well done and makes me want to go eat there.
Turtle Valley Road.
School X, Turtle Valley Road.
Turtle Valley Road.
Power divider on. Concerned this road would be just snowpack, but it looks like it'll be pretty good. They got their little snowblower out, shoveling the sidewalk on the bridge. Now into the boonies, to Adams Lake. Lots of snowmobiles in the back of pickups. Hopefully nobody gets killed by the avalanches this Christmas season, holiday season. People having 2 weeks off, they'll be snowmobiling, and right now we got this very poor layer of snow on the bottom that's frozen, and then this 4 feet of powder above that snow, so avalanche risk is really high everywhere right now, so stay off the big slopes.
1 kilometer, turn left on Balding Road.
For Adams Lake Division.
Turn left onto the unpaved road.
Nobody coming, so we can cut the corner a bit and stay on the grippy stuff.
Continue on Holding Road.
Looks like a vehicle drove along in the ditch over there, around the hydro pole. Don't know why. Maybe it was a track vehicle. Yeah, it looked like it was maybe a track vehicle. Stance was pretty wide though to be like a side-by-side, so maybe it was like a pickup with tracks on it. Take our time through here because lots of Super Bs coming in and out of here. Don't need some Super B coming flying around the corner and neither of us being able to get out of the way. I take my time, make sure I'm on the right side of the road. At least the other guy's got a chance. Sometimes people drive way too fast for this narrow little road, especially since some of the guys that run on this have been running on it for 20 years. They know this road inside out. You can start getting complacent once you know a road too well. Sorry, car. I know I'm going too slow for you, but I'm hitting all the suggested speeds. Gotta be careful then, the road gets narrow there. You're a little bit into the slush, a little bit into the white stuff there. Make sure it doesn't grab your steering wheel. Because I don't want to go into those trees there. Looks like it's pretty much straight down, just the trees would stop me. That would be a bad day. Thinking about going faster upshifting, but I know there's more corners coming, I think, if I remember right. I mean, there's corners obviously coming, but sharp corners. There's a bit of a pullout here. Sometimes I sleep here if we can't load until the next morning. I don't know if I'd want to pull into that pullout now. Might not get back out if you pull into there. Yeah, so far, I haven't seen any other Super Bs. I saw a whole bunch on the highway with the trucking company that comes out of here, so they're always the big yellow trucks. Saw a whole bunch on the highway with the Inter4 lumber, so I know they came out of here. Maybe I'll be in luck in that they're all loaded already, or the forklift drivers are just on lunch. Could be that too. Speaking of, I'm hungry. What gear was I in? I believe I was in 6th. Now I'm in 5th. Another pullout over here. Definitely wouldn't want to go into that. Nope, would not want to go into that. Just a note to self. Nowhere to sleep up here. When there's snow. almost there. Don't like this slush. It is absolutely beautiful. I always enjoy roads like this, but weather like this, I'm going to take my time. And don't worry, the car pulled off at that last split roadway, so I'm not holding anyone up anymore. Not that you were worried. Head. Don't worry, I'm being below that. Adams Lake Ferry. I wonder if they take big rigs on that ferry. The road down to the ferry, there's no sign that says no truck, so maybe they do take big rigs across the ferry. I believe the ferry is the next road to the right. Not little driveways like this, but the next roadway. Right here, Adams Lake Ferry. It's a really small little road though. I don't think you'd want to take a Sunday down that. Not without being fully chained up this time of year. Almost see the ferry there. Yeah, maybe that's not the ferry. All right. We have arrived at Interfor. They're really pretty quick getting us in and out of here. I gotta go grab all my safety gear and sign in. Sure what you're doing, but no public entry. Oh, the person's turning around. I think they're lost. Float their lumber down the river, or I guess down the lake. At least a lot of it. They also truck a lot of it in, so it gets both floated in and trucked in. Lock everything up here. I don't know how well this part of the road is sanded. just in case we're going to lock up.
Arrive at Enter for Adams Lake on the left.
Steep little hill here. There's no oncoming traffic. We're going to go in the wrong lane here. Yeah, it's not bad. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys on Monday. You guys rock.
Arriving at Enter for Adams Lake on the left.